From the main menu page, select Enter Audit Information. This page will be your main data entry page for all types of audits. To enter a new record, click below where you can see the arrows that say Next Record, Last Record, and New Blank Record. This brings up a new blank page to enter in your case information. You'll enter in the claim number, the provider NPI number, the group NPI number, and the RAC audit or batch number. This number is a unique identifier given to cases by the auditing companies. You can enter in the date the audit letter was received and the type of audit. The options are MIC audit, underpayment, RAC complex or automated review, and other third-party audit. In this case, we're going to do RAC automated review. You'll enter in the patient information, which includes last name, middle initial, first name, and date of birth. You can also enter in the medical record number and a controller account number if it differs from the medical record number. There's also a case closed option. When a case is done, you'll check the case closed box and then give the reason why the practice closed the case and the date the case was closed. After completing this information, you will then go to the Encounter Info tab, where you will enter in the admit date or date of service, the discharge date if applicable, the length of stay, and the CPT, DRG, or HCPCS code involved in the audit. You will also choose a service type ranging from inpatient to outpatient, from physician services to skilled nursing facility and inpatient rehab. You will select your option by highlighting it, and moving on. The different types of physician services range from anesthesia and surgery to nuclear medicine and pathology or lab. To select one of the options, you must highlight it. For every case, you will also need to include a denial reason. The denial reason includes differences between ICD-9 and CPT linkage and misuse of modifiers. In this case, it's an ICD-9 error, so you will enter in the ICD-9 code denied and the correct ICD-9 code that was supposed to have been entered. This way, providers will be educated on their mistakes to prevent future errors. Since this is an automated review claim, we will go to the Automated Review Info tab. On this tab, you will enter the date on the RAC automated letter that the practice receives, the date the N432 code was seen on the EOB, and the N432 code type. Now we will go to the Financial Info tab. This tab includes your original payment, the date of the original payment, the total dollars due for recoupment, which will let you know how much your practice is responsible for paying back to the RAC, and also a checkbox if the practice chooses to have the recoupment withheld from future payments instead of cutting a check. If you do not choose this box, you would enter in the date of when the recoupment check was sent to the FI or MAC, the recoupment check number, the UPS FedEx tracking number, and the cost of postage. Now we'll go to patient billing information to see if the patient's account was flagged in the billing system, if a letter was sent to the patient discussing the take-back, when the date the letter was sent, and the staff member who entered and sent the letter. There's also a tab for if the practice rebilled the insurance, and the date that claim was rebilled. There's also a note page, so you can write in any pertinent information that you would like to share with other staff members about this account. Next, we will show you the Complex Review Information tab. On this tab, you can enter in the date the record request letter was received, the date the extension was received and approved, as well as the tracking number, the date the RAC received the records and who sent them, and the results of the outcome of the RAC review letter. Now we will go through a third-party payer audit. On the third-party audit tab, you would enter in the date the third-party chart request letter was received, the name of the audit company, their mailing address, and other information similar to the Complex Review tab, such as the date the documentation was due, were they sent, the date they were sent, and a tracking number for documentation confirmation. You can also include general notes for this tab. Regardless of the type of audit, the practice will choose the Discussion Period or First Level Appeal tab to insert appeal information for a case. On this tab, you can choose if the practice decides to initiate the appeals process and the date the documentation is due to the appeals company. You can also include if the appeal information has been reviewed by staff, the date the documentation was sent, the tracking number for the documentation, the cost of postage, and the outcome of the results from the appeals company. You can also include this information for the first level appeal. The second level appeal, third level appeal, fourth level appeal, and fifth level appeal tabs are very similar, and the practice would enter these as they are going through the appeals process.